All right. We're ready to begin. Just wanted to let you guys know, if you can't stay for the whole thing and you have a question, you want to give us a call, just go to meetconnie.com. And I want to welcome you all here to the SOAR to Scale Masterclass. So I'm really happy that you guys are here. And this is a 90-minute workshop, if you will. It's completely interactive. So I'm going to be asking for your feedback, asking for any questions that you guys might have. I want you to put them in the comments, all right? Because we are going to do about an hour of talking about how to scale your business. And then I'm leaving it open for about a half an hour of questions so that you can ask me anything that you need to know about your business, how to scale it, what markets, what about leads, what's happening, what's changing in the world, because there is a lot of craziness going on. And 2023 is going to be very, very different than the last 3 years. And I'm going to go over and show you exactly what you need to do about that and how you're going to move forward in light of everything that is happening. All right. So we do have a lot of information to cover. And like I said, this is a 90-minute workshop. And so everything that we're going to cover is going to be in your workbook. All right. So if you don't have your workbook yet, I want you to go ahead and grab it. And all you have to do is type #workbook down below, and one of our team members will get it to you. Okay. So it's a 20-page workbook. It's going to go over everything that we are talking about, and you're going to fill in the blanks for your business as we go along. All right. So make sure you get that. Just go to #workbook, type that in down below, or go to the iconicleader.com STS workbook. And that way you'll get everything that you need. And it's covering all the reasons why we're doing this, because here's the thing, we're trying to get you to a 7-figure business, right? And in order to do that, you're going to be in the top 1% of all entrepreneurs. So if we can just get you to the 400 mark and get you halfway there, right, you're still in the top 3%. And that's what our goal for you. How many of you would love, give me a thumbs up or a yes, if you would love to cross into the low to mid 6 figures, right? I don't know if anyone's beyond 6 figures or 7 figures, but if you want to get into the 6-figure category, I want you to pay really, really close attention, because I'm going to teach you how we did it, but we didn't follow anything that anyone is teaching, okay? And these are timeless principles. I've done this with 4 different companies that I started from scratch and turned into multi-million-dollar companies. And you guys can do this too. Here is the key. There's going to be the rule of 4. You're going to hear this all night long. The rule of 4. There are 4 steps to everything that you're going to need to do. No more and no less. Why? So this is called Occam's razor, and you're going to hear a lot of laws of physics and things like that, because that's my PhD, is in advanced theoretical physics. And I use that along with my experience consulting in Fortune 50 companies and with entrepreneurs in 32 different industries to design and that companies that have a scalable business model, right? Now, every one of you has a different business, and some of how you're going to design it and how you're going to make it scalable is going to be very different than the person next to you. All right. So I want to make sure that you guys are ready. So again, make sure you have your workbook. Otherwise you're going to get a little lost. So just type #workbook, and you can always get a replay as well. Okay. So #workbook, and we will get you the workbook, or you can go to that website on the screen. Now, one of the things you'll see in the front of that workbook is there's a journal. It's the SOAR to Scale journal, and it's a companion piece to your workbook and to this workshop. And here's why we put this in there for you and designed it, is because, do you know what the number one thing that stops people from scaling their business or growing it or getting over a threshold like 6 figures? What do you guys think is the number one reason? Put it in the comments. What do you think the number one reason is why people have a hard time scaling? I'd love to see your comments. And if it is your first time here, let me know. And if you've been here before, type the word pro down below so I know who you are, you newbies. Type the number 1. And we have a really awesome welcome gift for you as well. As we go along today, I have a whole bunch of gifts that we're going to be giving you, and I'll show all of those to you as we go along. So let me know. I'm going to say hi to a few people. Hey, Tom, and Debbie, Lori. I see George. Let's see, Trina. There's a lot of you on all of the different sites. Again, if you do need your workbook, okay, just type #workbook in the comments and we will get those to you. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. I've got a little housekeeping there that I wanted to make sure that you guys had and you knew what to do. Again, go get your workbook, and then you will get this whole SOAR to Scale journal that will be available for you as well. Okay. So if you have any questions as we go along, our entire team is here. And yep. Okay. Yes, definitely. Go ahead and get your workbook. And then you will have everything that you need for this class. Okay. I also want to let you know that our entire team is here. Okay. Our flight crew, as we like to call them, everybody's here. We've got Angie and Della and Sandy. And we also have Tally here today, and another Angie. So we are here to serve you and make sure that your business takes off. So what we're talking about is your business. And let's start with this whole scale journey with talking about the entrepreneur's journey, right? Think about for you, how did you get in your business and why did you get in your business? Okay. And if you have your business like organized, like an LLC or a company, go ahead and type the name of your company. I would love to know what your companies are. You might network with some other people who see it and go, oh, I want to know about that. Tell us a little bit about your company. And here's the trick. Okay, because you're going to see where this comes into play in a minute. I want you to tell us what your company is or what you do in 7 words or less. Okay, 7 words or less. So think about that. How do I describe what I do in 7 words or less? All right. So it's all about the story. Companies succeed when they have an amazing story behind them. Otherwise, they're just nothing, right? Think of some of the companies that you know, like Apple, and everybody knows how Netflix got started because the owner was really frustrated paying fees at Blockbuster, right? Well, there's a story behind it. And there's a pathway that you're going to go as an entrepreneur. Some of you are going to be familiar with this. And this is called, in mythology, the hero's journey. Okay. And this is what's used in all the Hollywood films and everything that you see on TV. And it's a predictable format. Okay. It's a predictable pattern. And so this whole old mythology cycle is tied to what we're talking about. And what we're talking about is this SOAR formula. Okay. So we're going to teach you this formula, SOAR. We're going to show you how all of those work. Okay. These are going to either be your blocks or your freedom. And if you don't understand how these work and how these work together, you're always going to be frustrated with your business. All right. So let's take a look at the journey real quick and see if this applies to you. All right. So with the entrepreneur's journey, first of all, the dream comes alive, right? And you've kind of hit a dead end. You've kind of hit a wall in your life. Like, oh gosh, is this all there is? I want to do something that I love, but what do I love? Right? And you're thinking, how do I get out of this and do something better? And then you realize what I want to be is a hero to the world. I want to take what I know and become a hero to other people. How many of you does that sound familiar to? Right? So you started and you're like, I don't like my job, or I don't like this, or I want to move, or I feel unfulfilled, right? Or maybe I'm just not making enough money. I need to do something else, right? There's a reason. There's something that inspired you to start your business. And usually starts with some sort of a block. And then you thought, okay, I'm going to go online, right? What a perfect thing to do. That's easy. I'll have the laptop lifestyle. We've all heard of that plan. And you think, okay, I'm going to get online and guess what? I'm going to create a course. And then I'm going to build this huge email list. Everyone is going to always buy my stuff and send in money overnight. And I am going to make millions, right? Isn't that what we were all told? Okay. So how's it working out? Right? Are you making millions overnight? Everybody's sending you checks in your email and you have the bomb diggity of courses? Or is it a struggle? All right. So what happens next? The nightmare begins and shiny object syndrome kicks in, right? Because you're not getting what you wanted. And you're like, oh, let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try this. And then you realize I don't even have a plan. I started off really simple and clean, and now it's getting very convoluted and overwhelming. And there's too many things to do. There's every time I turn around, I got to make another offer and another offer and another offer. How many of you have a bunch of offers and you probably have more offers than you have clients coming in every month? Have you guys ever felt like that? That there's more going out, but there's not enough coming in. And this is all part of the entrepreneur's journey. That's why it's so important. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Absolutely. So what happens next on the yellow brick road? Follow, 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 right? That's what they tell you to do. Follow what we tell you. And they say, hustle, hustle, go faster. And you're falling for all the hype, and all you're left with is a headache, right? Now, I am not the only one who's fallen for the hype, right? I remember once I was kind of a knucklehead, and I followed a lot of hype, and it ended up costing me $100,000. I fell for their whole dog and pony show, spent $100,000, and within 9 days later, they disappeared with my money, right? I got nothing for it. And by the way, half of those people that were involved in that are still heavy hitters in the game, right? So, and still doing the same old thing. So there's no Wizard of Oz on this yellow brick road. What do we find out? Everyone's saying, hide your B-side. Don't talk about the hard part. Talk about how great it is and how successful you are and your Lambo and your rented plane and all of that, right? Just be happy. And everyone's wearing a mask. Yeah, I have more ideas than I do direction. Absolutely. And then what are you told? You're told to go spend a fortune on ads. Buy a lot of ads, okay? Because that'll get you there. And then, there's a lot of tech that you need. And now you're in tech overwhelm, right? And how many of you are not techie? You didn't get into this world to be a software giant, right? So far, the entrepreneurial dream that was going to be so wonderful is a little rough and shaky, right? So we're going to fix that today. Don't you worry. Because what happens next? Once you got all these products and you're doing all these things, you've hopped from course to course to coach to coach, and now you got to sell the darn thing. Oh my gosh, this is where the horror comes in. After all of that, you don't believe in anything and you have imposter syndrome. You can hardly look at yourself in the mirror. You're a bundle of nerves if you have to sell anything. And so all you do is blah, 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 blah. You talk, 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 yak, yak, yak. And you think the gift of gab will get you through it, and it doesn't. And then you get a little desperate because you're not getting any sales. And you know what happens after that? You get commission breath. Has anyone ever been in a presentation with somebody with commission breath, and they're just like, you can just smell that they need a sale, right? They will say anything to get that sale. And sometimes we fall into that, right? When it's just like, what do I do? I just need something. Okay. So that's a hard part. The sales part is a big factor, and it's one of the biggest factors why people fail. Okay. So now we can't find the Oz, but we find that we are in the land of false gurus. They've lied to you, right? Just like Pinocchio. They've taken you in a bad direction. They say, go this way and go fast and go straight ahead, only to find out that you're going to find yourself going down, and it's going to be rough and rocky, right? I've been there, spent $40,000 on 2 coaches, and went $86,000 in the hole. I followed exactly what they said, and I went straight down, right? And then what happens? Some of you have fallen into the guru trap and the guru courses and programs. And what do you get? You get ignored. Nobody's talking to you. The second the credit card goes through, you are a number. Have you felt like that? And like, God, I feel so used, right? But it's very, very common. And as you get up in ranks, so to speak, and you start to get to know a lot of the big heavy hitters, and you get to see behind the scenes, it's messy, it's ugly, it's not organized, they're not doing what they say. And it's no wonder that we are all just wondering, what do I do? How do I make this work? Right? So here's what I want to let you guys know. There is a truly happy ending. Okay. There's a new way without falling into shiny object syndrome. And you can fall in love with your business again, and you can achieve all your dreams, because you didn't get in business to just have a business, did you? You actually got in business to fulfill a dream. So I would like to know, what's your number one dream? What is that? If you could take your business to, let's say, another $100,000 in the first quarter or the first 6 months and six figures. Okay. What would be your dream? What would you want to do with it? Put it in the comments. It'd be great for it, right? If you would love to get six figures in 6 months, that's our thing. We do 50K in 90 days. And if you look at it in 6 months, that's six figures in 6 months. So we do a lot of training on that. And if you want any of the trainings, you just have to ask. We're our concierge team. They're always here for you. We come live every Tuesday, but this is a special end of year program to help you scale. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to show you exactly how the 5 steps work. All right. And so in your book, go ahead and get your workbook. If you don't have it, go get it now. Okay. We're going to go through these steps. First thing is, what is the state of the union? Like, what's happening now in 2023, and how do you prepare for that with all the changes that are coming in the industry? And there's a lot of them. Okay. So somebody wants to start their legacy. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Put your comments in below. Let me know. Freedom. Absolutely. I think that's a big thing for a lot of people, because don't we start our businesses feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling blocked, feeling unrecognized and underappreciated? So let's go ahead and talk about 2023. And this is what I want to kind of warn you about. Okay. There's lots of news out there, right? And you know what? A lot of times the news is the exact same thing. You'll get the same news that I do. But the question is, how do you interpret it? How do you take it? Okay. Because 2023 is winter, right? Winter is coming. The changes are going to be huge, and it's going to affect you dramatically. The question is, what side are you going to be on? Are you going to be over here, like on the left, right, in the bear cycle, or are you going to be in the bull cycle? And what do I mean by that? Is that in a down market, and it is going to be a down market, recessionary depression, lots of layoffs, lots of unemployment, which can affect your client base, and high costs. So the market is constricting. And when the market constricts, people tend to constrict, right? They constrict their thinking, and they constrict their business. They think, oh, I shouldn't spend so much. I should lower my budget. I should lower my prices. I should expand to my offer to more people. I should just sell it to everyone, right? That's the reaction that people have. Okay. And if you're reactionary, you're going to be a little bit more on the bull side, on the bear side. Okay. But here's the other thing, right? I told you I have 5 now multi-million-dollar companies that I built from scratch. Nobody's help, no money, no idea how to be in that industry. Every single industry was completely foreign to me, right? I've been in medicine. I've been in money and finance. I've owned a car racing company, raced in Daytona and all that fun stuff. And all the industries I went in, I had no idea what I was doing. I learned from scratch. And do you guys feel like that? Okay. Even my current company, right? I've done corporate consulting for huge companies, famous athletes and actors and things like that. But when I decided I want to get away from the corporate side of things and focus on the entrepreneur, guess what? It was like starting all over. I thought I knew what I was doing. That go online easy. I was one of the biggest online mortgage and investment companies around in the day. I know how to do that. And I failed miserably, right? What's the problem? But I just started out that way. I started off failing. Maybe I'm a slow learner. Okay. Any slow learners out there? You're like, why is this so hard? So here's what I learned though. Every time it was maybe I'm a glutton for punishment, but every time I started a new company, guess what? It was in a down market. Can you believe it? Like, how silly is that? But I did it. And what happened to me is I learned this. The money is made in the meltdown. And just remember that. If you write down nothing else, please write this down. Okay. If you don't have your workbook, type #workbook. But the money is made in the meltdown. And what does that mean? When a market constricts, the economy constricts, right? People's thinking constricts. People get fearful, right? Blood in the street, all that kind of stuff. That is when you buy. That is when you go big, right? How many of you, when COVID hit, and you weren't sure what to do, some of you retreated and waited and thought, I'll see. And then some of us went all out. I was one of those that went all out, right? And it was one of the fastest growing years in business I ever had. And I got recognized for having the fastest growth company in the coaching space. So you can really make a ton of money when the market's constricting. So I want you guys to kind of catch my fever here. This is going to be an amazing time because most everybody is going to disappear. And that's a good thing because everybody came online, didn't they? And they crowded the market. It's a red ocean. Okay. I would love to know, put in the comments, if you're in the coaching space, or you have a service business, maybe you have a licensed practice, you're an expert in something. If you're here, I want you to put down, what's your field? What's your niche? Like, are you a fitness coach? Are you do you work with moms? Are you in business coaching on the business side of things? Are you in the mindset space or the healing arts, or are you working with, there's a big thing on people who are dealing with a lot of mental health challenges and PTSD and narcissism and all those kind of things. What are you dealing with? What is your business? Put it down below. Happiness expert. I love that. You're going to be in great demand as we go forward. Thanks for sharing that. So what is your expertise? Put it down below. I would love to see it. Oral health coaching. Awesome. Another big thing with all those masks. Oh my gosh, big problem. Real estate agent trainer. I love it. I love me some real estate. We have to talk. One of my favorite things to do, website, mobile app developer. Cool. Great industries. Keep putting them down in here so I can see all of those. So now we're in section 1. Okay. And in section 1, there's 3 things that you have to focus on in your workbook, right? Let's talk about the first one, and I'm going to give you a bonus one, okay? Just for being here. Have a VA company. I love it. Okay, so what are the maxims here? 2022, what happened? We were flying high, right? Everyone's like, woohoo! But 2023 is that pin that's going to pop and burst that balloon, okay? The bubble is going to pop. And if you are just in midair, just hanging, excuse me, thinking that balloon is helium, is going to keep going higher, get ready because it's going to pop. Okay. I'm just telling you, I'm not being a doom and gloom. I'm just giving you some facts. Okay. Based on research. So you have to simplify. All right. You can't be so bloated. You can't be so heavy. And this is our formula. All right. This has worked for me for all 5 companies over 20 years, but it worked best in the downturn, especially in the pandemic. Okay. And here's how you have to simplify. Put this down in your notes and think about you. What are the 4 things you might want to do to simplify your business? Our message to you is that you just want one message. What's your one thing? Okay. What's the one thing that you're going to talk about? What's the thing that you are known for? Okay. You're also going to have one offer. One offer. That's it. You are going to love me when you do this. Why? Because you're not going to be so overwhelmed and stressed out and harried because you're trying to create all this stuff that doesn't make a lot of money. You're going to have one group. Okay, there's one place you go. No, you don't have to be on TikTok and LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all these things. Just one platform. Until all of this is until you make $1 million. Okay. And if I can keep you this simple, okay, then you will make $1 million. And guess what? You will do it the way we teach. And the way we teach is you make $1 million in 1 year. Piece of cake. Right? It's not if you don't believe me, but I'm going to turn around your mindset. And there was a mindset coach right there. So thanks. So how many ways can you simplify? Put in the notes, what are the ways that you're going to simplify your business? It's essential if you want to scale. Okay. If you have too many things going on and you're wide, you won't be able to scale. That's why people who try to scale fail and they lose a ton of money. Okay. So simplification is important, right? And in this call for innovation, we know that the world is changing, right? It's headed for a crash. We know that. Okay. You can't turn around. It's going to crash, but you don't have to. As long as you understand what worked before will not work now. So you do have to burn the past. All right. And you've got to change. And our natural tendency is to resist change. How many of you don't want to change, right? I don't want to do that. Oh, it's too hard. And you fight to stay in your comfort zone. Okay. You can do that. And that's not a problem. I guarantee you won't cross 6 figures and you won't get 7 figures in 1 year. Okay. So there is going to be change. You got to get rid of the old stuff that is not working. The question is, how do you know which books to burn? Right? Okay. Well, we're going to tell you that. Yeah. If you need that workbook, type #workbook. We'll get it to you instantly. Okay. So what's the second thing that you've got to do is we got to scale your business. Okay. Actually, I'm a little out of order. Let me do that one first. Okay. We have to systemize your business. Okay. We simplified it. Okay. Now you don't have so much to manage. You can get focused now. And now we have to put systems in place so that it can start to run without you. Right. So you need systems on your platforms. Like, where are you going to put everything? How are you going to house everything? How are you going to organize everything? And your promotions need to be systemized. You can't just say, oh, I think I'll do something now, or I need some money, I'll go do this. You need to have a system for your promotions. Very, very key going into 2023. In the past, you didn't have to. People just kind of randomly throw things out. Hey, I think I'll do this. I'll do a challenge. I'll do a masterclass. I'll do this. And there was no order and it became chaos. So your processes need to be systemized. How do you do things? The SOPs. We love SOPs here at our company. We always give SOPs out like, hey, I need some help on this. Great. Here's our SOP. This is how you do it. Right? So you need a process so that you don't have to do anything. And then you want to systemize your people. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean you automate everything. If you automate everything, you think, I'm just going to have people come in, I send an email, and they go to my webinar, and they buy, and they go into an automated Kajabi course, and they pay me money, and life is great. Well, we already know, we saw the entrepreneur's journey, that didn't work well, right? And it's going to not work, especially in 2023. Systemize and automate are not the same thing. Don't get those confused or you'll go straight down. Okay. And there's a place for automation, but it's not in your people. Okay. So, and if you're wondering, okay, what system should I automate? Where should I do it? How much do I need to automate? What if I'm not like that kind of person? I just want to be all creative. That's okay. Right. Just type the word call down below, just #call. We'll hop on a call, take a look at your business, see what you have in place, and give you a strategic plan so that you can build your own business to 7 figures in 1 year or less. Okay. Again, trust me, I know you don't believe me, but just suspend your disbelief. Okay. We did it in 9.5 months. We had clients who did it in less. So what we want to do is get you to really think about these 3 things. First, you simplify, then you systemize, and now we scale. Okay. And this is why I'm talking about the automation. You got to scale the intimacy. People want to be connected. We've been so isolated. If you don't connect with your audience, you will fail. Okay. You've got to scale your intel. You've got to really up your knowledge. And it's so competitive out there. If you don't really expand what you're doing and set yourself above the rest and come up with new ways for people to understand and learn and grow from what you teach, you will fall into a trap. Or obviously you need to scale your income, right? Who doesn't want to, double their income in the first quarter of 2023? Okay. That's what we'd like to do with you. And scale your influence. So that influence is your leadership style. And it's also your influence inside and outside, right? Your influence within your company and your influence within the marketplace and in the world. Okay. So those are the 4 things that you need to scale. Okay. And so you can do a check mark, think in your head, well, how am I doing on all these? Write those 4 down. Okay. And if there's some extra ones, put them in the space and fill in what you need to do. Now there's a 4th one. And this is sort of the bonus one here. And that is you want to synergize. Okay. And how do you get everything to fall together and in one cohesive way? Okay. So you're going to synergize contributions, connections with other people. You might do more collabs, collections, meaning what other things in your business, how can you kind of set up a different collection, right? Because this is really where you're duplicating your business and you're going into new verticals and you're expanding, but you are not really expanding off of the one. Okay. And construction, what are the new things that you will build, and how do you synchronize and synergize all of those things together? So that you win. So the synergy is what happens when you get the whole thing scaled and now it's just flowing, right? And now when it's flowing, you can do what you want. That's where you get the freedom you were talking about, right? Okay, does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if this is making sense. If you're liking this, I'm a little lonely out here, so give me some love. Let me know that this makes sense, okay? If you just got here, ask for the replay. And in the replay, we'll go over the entrepreneur's journey. We'll talk about section 1. There's 5 sections I'm going to teach you on. And now we're going to go into section 2. Each one gets more and more personal about your business. So stick here and then fill in your workbook, okay? And don't forget, you have a SOAR to Scale journal. So the first page in your workbook, you can do it afterwards, right? You can just click in your workbook if it's a PDF, and you can click on it and it'll take you there and you can get the SOAR journal. Okay. The second thing that we're going to talk about is the importance of change. If you don't change, you're going to lose all your freedom. Okay. So you got to prioritize what are the key things that I really have to focus on. And so what we did is we looked at some surveys here. What is going on? And this is what is happening. And this is why you have to change. If you're wondering, I can just do it. I can just keep doing the same old thing. Actually, no. Okay. So these are the top 7 struggles that coaches are having. And I say solo coaches because meaning you don't have a huge conglomeration. Okay. If you have 50, 80 people, some of these might not apply to you, but if you are, a 1 to 10 person shop, this is going to really apply to you. And the biggest struggles and the reason people don't have freedom is they have no clear vision or goals. They have no sounding board. They don't have somebody to help them figure out, is this right? Like, which book do I burn? Right? They lack a proven roadmap. They're going off of something from maybe a year or 2 ago, or a coach who was teaching something which was old because somebody taught them that, right? They have poor financial frameworks. How many of you really don't know what your lifetime value of your customer is, or what your KPIs are, or your actual ad spend, or you don't even know what your budget is? Maybe you don't even have a budget designed, okay? The other struggle is they need to up-level their skills, but they don't know how or where, okay? And they don't have the time, right? The other problem is accountability. They have all these things on the plate, but how many times did things get forwarded and delayed and pushed off? Because there's no accountability for your performance. Are you getting the things done that need to get done when they need to get done? All right. And that's you, right? Okay. We're on section 2. If you just joined us, we're on section 2. And this is why we have to change, because otherwise you're going to lose all your freedom. Okay. And the other thing is there's no culture or leadership model within the business, right? Are you just kind of running a business, but it just doesn't really have any kind of flavor? Like, no, you can't tell. Have you ever been in a company and it's really bad bosses? Which is the reason 64% of employees leave a company is because they hated their boss, right? Now it's your turn to be the boss. Hopefully you're establishing a good culture and leadership, okay? So that's the struggles that people are having. And so this is the roadmap, okay? These are the 4 steps I mentioned in the beginning. We're always going to come back to these, and guilty again, right? So the first thing that you have to change in order to have freedom is absolute clarity. All right. And that absolute clarity is so important. You have to know exactly who you are, what you do, what you offer. Okay. And in your workbook on section 2, this is what we're talking about. You need a map, right? A massive action plan, not just a roadmap, but a massive action plan to point you in the right direction. And that first one is clarity. And so the clarity means you've got to be completely distinguished from everyone else. Okay. These are the absolute 4 keys. Yeah, they replace you really fast. Absolutely. Yeah, you're out in a second, like with certain companies, right? And it's going to get even worse. So what's happening is, in order to thrive, you have to stand above everybody else. You have to be distinguished. And in your workbook, I want you to come up with 5, 6, 7 ways that you can be distinguished in your business. How are you going to stand out and be different? Okay. So for us, one of the things that we do is our one thing that we teach is taking you from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less. That's our distinction, right? Everyone else is saying, try to get to 6 figures, try to get to 10,000 a month. And what we're saying is that's too small, right? Stop thinking so small. You're never going to really be able to get freedom. And that's our ultimate goal, is to have you have choice. It's all about the choice. Okay. So, you want to get absolute clarity on what you do. We have something called a power pitch. And if you want to hop on a call with us, we'll show you how a power pitch works. If there's anybody out there in one of our clients or something, put your power pitch in there. What is a power pitch? It is not an elevator pitch. Stop using the elevator pitch. Please, 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 I beg of you, stop using the elevator pitches. You need a power pitch. Okay. And if people out there have a power pitch, put it in there. You'll get an idea what it is, but just type #call down below. We'll help you out with the power pitch. It is the story, right? It's the first thing you lead with. It's the thing that sets you apart, and you need one of those. Okay. That's going to give you clarity. It's going to give your audience clarity. And then you're going to say, oh, is that what you do? Great. I want to buy it. Okay. And then the thing that you want to do with that distinction is, you're trying to get an unfair advantage, right? You want to be head and shoulders above everybody else. And, when you look at coaching programs and why people have such a hard time, nobody really has a plan. I'm going to be honest. There's no plan. And these are the reasons, again, why you have to do these things in order to grow and scale, right? So those were the problems. And then when the study of the coaching industry and the IZF, and they looked at all the things you have to do, they were all the things that you have to do. And so we're seeing different power pitches come up. I love it. That's how you talk about yourself. That's how you distinguish yourself. Okay. The second thing is you have to disrupt the market. Okay. Everybody's got a round hole. You got to come in with a square one, right? You've got to ignore status quo. You can't follow the followers. Remember what happened when you went down that yellow road? Nothing. That yellow brick road, left you to Pinocchio, not the Wizard of Oz, right? And so you've got to disrupt the market. And what does that mean? Okay. Here's how most people get started. They think, I'm going to start and I'm going to be so amazing. But they have a bad picker, and what they choose to do actually ruins their ability to be disruptive and distinctive. And what do? A lot of people get caught up in the get rich quick, right? They're just chasing the money. What's the thing I can do to make the most money? How can I make money really fast, right? And I get it, but it's not going to be a business, and it's not going to scale, and it's not going to last. And it is going to get you overwhelmed instead of freedom. Then there's Me Too marketing. And it has some merit, but is it going to take you in a place where you can scale? No, you can't scale. If you're in a network marketing company, if you are an affiliate person, maybe you've been in some of those crypto things or whatever. If you are in a done-for-you digital agency, guess what? You can't scale. Sorry. Okay. And you get into those Me Too things, right? Oh, I'm a diamond in here and I'm this level here. And all I have to do is get an army of people to do what I don't want to do. It doesn't work. Me Too marketing doesn't work. Okay. You're not going to be distinguished, and you definitely can't scale. And then you get into the course craze. Oh, look at me. Here's my story. I stubbed my toe one day, and now I can teach everybody how not to stub your toe. and I'm going to make a masterclass out of it, right? It doesn't work either. How many of you have been through that program, right? And, you start in and all of a sudden it gets more and more expensive and you can't get out of it, right? And you get nothing out of it. So the next thing that happens is you've got to dominate. You've got to dominate your market. You have got to be the leader, okay? And you have to get on your high horse, right? You have to make sure everybody sees you and you stand out. That's how you're going to dominate, right? And part of that is the marketing sales, which we're going to go into next. And then the last thing that you are going to do is you've got to duplicate, right? Once you have your system down, just duplicate it. Just keep going forward and do the same thing and again and again and again and again. And I'll tell you, I did the exact same thing 6 times. And on the 7th time, I hit $1.4 million. So you guys can do this, okay? And I didn't change anything. Well, I mean, I improved, right? It's like, if you play tennis long enough, you keep getting better and better. So I improved my skills, right? Skills are important, but I didn't change anything. Okay. I just made sure I started right. I had a good picker. I didn't look for something that was get rich quick, something that was Me Too marketing, or I'm just going to make a course and I'm going to get rich. It does not work. Okay. The course creators and coaches are getting a little bit rich, but you're not. Okay. So if you're like, oh, shoot, I picked wrong. I need a plan. I need a better plan. Just let us know. Just book it. Okay. I want to show you real quick, and I hope this works. So I had some challenges here. And if you're wondering, what do I do? Okay. Let me kind of go back a little bit. There's 7 different models of coaching that you can do. All right. And each one has pluses and minuses. Okay. And what you want to do is figure out what works and what doesn't. You might be 1-to-1. Okay. Well, it's not high ticket. It's not going to be scalable, and it's not going to give you recurring revenue every month. Maybe you have the courses or a class or something like that. Again, usually not high ticket, not scalable, but sure, you can get some revenue coming in passively, right? Maybe you have a leverage group coaching program. You can definitely go high ticket. It's scalable, but you're not always going to get continually recurring income. Now, the Iconic Blitz method that we teach is high ticket, it's scalable, and it's passive. So you have constant money coming in. It grows and grows and grows, and it's very high ticket. The only way you can get into a 7-figure year is with high ticket. Maybe you have certifications, like we have certifications and licensing for SOAR. So it does a couple things, but not necessarily that scalable. Maybe you do a mastermind. Can be high ticket, could be scalable, not passive. Maybe you just say, hey, I'm just going to do some VIP days with people one-on-one. Definitely high ticket, not scalable, not passive. Okay. So when you look at those things, you want to think, okay, which one am I going to do? All right. And so you want to go for a triple whammy. Do all 3. Okay. Be a triple threat. Does that make sense? Okay. So tell me down below, which one of those 7 models are you using in your business? Put it down below. I would love to see, because what we're going to do right now is go into section 3. This is pinpointing your number 1 weakness. Do you know what your number 1 weakness is? What's the Achilles heel in your business that sabotages your success all of the time? Okay. And if you're just joining us, this is our 90-minute masterclass. We're going over the 5 steps that you need to do to set up a business that is scalable in 2023. Our goal is to take you from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less. And we do this all the time, and we'll give you proof of that. If you want to have a call with us, what we do on that call is we ask you questions about your business, and then we lay out a plan based on those answers. Okay. That's all you have to do is type #call, and we will take care of that. Now, here's the big question. This is the most important question that you need to get right. Are you ready? Okay. Put your answer in the comments. Ready? Here's the big question. Big question is, the objective of your business is to what? Put your answer down below. What is the objective of your business? Is it to A, make money? Is it B, to get clients? Or is the objective of your business C, have freedom? Which one is it for you? A, B, or C? Make money, get clients, or have freedom? Put your comments down below, and I'll go through and look at some of them as they pop up. Okay. Make money. I love that answer. I love me some money. Who doesn't love money, right? Make more money. I love it. Okay, what else? Give me your answers. All three. Yes, I love the greed. Very good. What else have you got? What is the purpose of your business? Make money, get clients, or have freedom. So all of the above. Okay. Yep. Awesome. I love the participation. Put that in your workbook. Okay. And I will tell you the big thing you got to focus on in your business. The purpose of all business is to make money, right? Think about public companies. They don't say, I'm here to get clients, or I'm here so the CEO can be free and make millions. It's to get money, right? Because that's what makes the business continue. You always have to remember that. How am I making money? The number one way is to have the right model, right? The biggest problem, what is your biggest Achilles heel? I'm going to show it to you, okay? And it is your offer. Your offer is your number one problem in your business. How many of you have one offer? Put down how many offers you have in the comments. So here is the problem. You've all heard of this. You've seen it. If you don't know the name of it, it's the value ladder. The value ladder is broken. All right. It is broken. Don't try to get on that ladder because you're going to break your neck. And what is the value ladder? It's that low ticket ascension model. It's bankrupt, right? You've seen it, right? Hopefully you can see that image there, right? You start off with $7 and $17 and $27 and $49 and, $129. I mean, it just goes up and up and up and up, but it doesn't get you anywhere, right? How many $9.99 courses have you taken? And how many results did you get? Slim and none. So here's the problem. This is of the 5 things. Okay, number 3 and number 5, the points I think are the most important for this workshop. Okay, so pay close attention to this. Every single person I talk to and that books a call, and we talk for 45 minutes, I will tell you there's two problems every single person has. Sounds like I have too many offers, according to what you just said. It could be. If it's more than one, it's too many. Okay. So this is our platform. Our number one focus is singularity. And you have to be singular focused. Remember the first slide I said, one message, one group, one offer, 1 million. It's the only way you're going to get there in a year. So I want to welcome all of you who are here. My first offer was $30. Oh, that hurts me. That hurts me. But where's your offer now? Let me know. So here's what we got to do. This is it. Remember, the value ladder is broken. We're going to get off the ladder and go onto a bridge. Okay. You need to design an iconic premium offer. This is exclusive to us. We have a whole pattern about this. I do whole 9-day workshops on how to design an iconic premium offer. It is the number one thing. This is the thing that took us to $1.4 million in 9.5 months. Okay. And I was $86,000 in the hole. So it's a little bit more. It's almost 1.5, right? And you have to understand the simple concept. Your client has a problem. They have a big problem. They're unhappy. And they have an outcome that they want. Like, here's the promise. I just want to get free. I want to buy a house for my family. I want to put my kids in college. I want to buy some land. I want to have, I want to start a charity. Okay. But they're miserable in their problem. They got to get to the promise. And in the middle is the process. What are those steps, right? What are those 3 or 5 steps in between that are going to get them there? And if you can show people in the simplest, clearest way how to do that, you win. Okay. And that's all it is. But the 2 biggest problems that people have when they come to me and they have a call, and they're like, I just need this. I need a little of this. And it's their offer and their mindset. Now, nobody comes to me for mindset, by the way. Everyone comes to me to make money. And I spend 97% of the time fixing their mindset. Okay. Business is easy. The human is hard. All right. So I'm not B2B or B2C. I'm H to H, right? Human to human. We focus on the human. If you don't feel good about you, your offer, your ability to put it out there, whether it'll work, you won't put it out there. You will continually sabotage. How many of you do this? You're like, I know I should do this, but I won't. I know I should send messages, but I won't. I know I should make calls, but I won't. I know I should do emails, but I won't. I know I should go live, but I won't. I know I should get out on podcasts, but I won't. Right? And you're wondering why your business isn't growing. Because all these things are stopping you. Okay. But I'm going to put that on hold because we're talking about the offer, right? So you have to have an offer that's iconic, that is totally individualized to you. Okay. And if you're copying me or copying somebody else, I promise you it will not work. So if you're going to buy one of those cookie cutter things, oh, just get these templates and do this and boom, you have a course. Everybody do this, right? Everybody has like this perfect mastermind and it doesn't work. So what do you have to really think about? Okay. What I'm here to do is to tell you we got to part the seas here. All right. And you're swamped, you're overloaded, you're overwhelmed. And we are here to part the seas. We're giving you a trail to go through. So you don't have to go through the ocean. You can go on land, right? You can go right through the middle of everything. You're going to have an iconic premium offer that is irresistible. And then you're going to have a plan to make it work so that it sells. You have a plan to design it, to launch it, to sell it out, and to repeat. Okay. And you repeat so that ultimately you don't have to do any of the work. Okay. This is all you need to do. So like a rocket ship, right? We are launching something. We're launching your new business. We're launching a 7-figure business for you. And if you think about like a rocket launch, right? What do you have to have? A rocket launches off of a platform and it goes straight up, doesn't it? What does an airplane do? It takes a slow run and it builds up speed slowly, and then it keeps going and goes down a long ramp and then it goes up, but it goes horizontal, doesn't it? What we do here at Iconic is we help you hit your moonshot. You're going to go straight up. Now, there's 4 different phases that you can look at on this launch, right? And I showed you the different types of programs. One-to-one coaching, you can do courses, and you can do done for you. Those are the different phases that you can go through. And that's in your workbook. So put those in your workbook, okay? Now, the question is, how much of them are you doing? What percentage of your income is coming from all of those, okay? That done for you, that's high ticket. Now, it's not totally done for you, but you have to have done for you elements. You have to do things for people. You have to give them amazing, mind-blowing services or support so that you can get high ticket. Okay. And we know how to design it and do all of that. If you think, I don't know how to turn this into a high ticket program, that's our expertise. We've done it thousands of times. I can look at your offer in seconds and tell you where it's gone wrong. Okay. So if you do want to call, just book that. So your offer is survival. If you do not get your offer right, you will not survive in 2023. So you have to understand that. So we talked about that model. Remember, I told you that ascension model is dead. Okay. Let me show you this one. Okay. So this is dead. You guys know what that ascension model is, right? You start with a little one-to-one, and then you expand your offer a little bit more and add a couple things on the back. And then you start going to all the platforms. They say go on all the platforms so you can get seen. And once you've done all that and all these people know you, you've got 10,000, followers on YouTube and 100,000 on Instagram, then maybe people trust you. And then maybe you can go high ticket and then you can take that high ticket offer and then you can leverage it. That's the broken model. Okay. The iconic model, the SOAR model, turns that whole thing upside down because it doesn't work. And I want to tell you guys, I've watched some different experts, so to speak, in the field. Everyone is saying, oh, you have to do it this way now. They all taught that one on the left. And now they're saying you have to do this. We've done this from the beginning. I have never gone low ticket, right? You have to get to $1 million from high ticket. And that's what we do. So the SOAR formula turns it upside down. That's how you go straight. Okay. And if you don't do this, then you're going to be an airplane, right? What's an airplane? It's crowded. It's messy. It's slow. It's horizontal. We're rocket ship. Okay. So if you want your business to scale, okay, you have to have a platform that you can launch from. okay, with massive momentum. But you don't need any of that. You need a long runway. And that's that low ticket ascension model, that ladder that's broken. Okay. So no more ramps. We are launch pads. Okay. And we teach you all about the physics of launching. Some of you guys know how are people motivated, right? You got to think, okay, well, if I'm going to launch this thing, what do my people want? How do I make sure they're going to buy it? How do I make sure they're going to stay and pay attention? Okay. You guys know Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Are you guys familiar with that? So Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Let me, I don't know if this is the right one here. I'm going to flip through because I can't see very well. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs talks about, you need to be, first you have to solve their basic needs, right? And then you go all the way up the pyramid until you get to self-actualization. Well, we take that model and we take that distinguish, dominate, and duplicate, and we match it to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay. So when we build out your offer, we're going to, hopefully you're seeing how steps 1, 2, and 3 are all falling together. So what we do is we make sure that you have clarity, you get clients, and you have cash flow. That's most important, right? And you have to make sure your offer is relevant, has recognition, and it has rewards. Okay. Relevant, recognition, and rewards. If you don't have those things, the offer is not going to work. Okay. And then we tie it into our exact program, the different levels of apprentice, elite, and magnet. Okay. Depending on where you are. And so what you're going to find is you're building your high ticket offer, just like on that rocket ship, right? We talk about those percentages, those different weightings. How much are you putting into distinguish? How much are you putting into disrupt? How much are you putting into dominate? How much are you putting into duplicate? So depending on where you are in your income level, those weightings are going to be different. Okay. And this is what a lot of people don't tell you. They just say, "I'll just make an offer." And you have one message. Well, that message is dependent on the weight. Okay. And where your client is and how sophisticated they are and where they find you, and do they understand, or is it everybody's doing the same thing and you don't need that much explanation? Or you're like us and people go, "Oh, you can't make $1 million in a year," right? Well, few people believe that. And that's why we do so well at that level. Okay. That's a high ticket level. And we attract high premium people who make quick decisions and they take action, right? How many of you have a practice and you're wondering, why is nobody doing anything? Why aren't they working? What's going on? Right? Is it my breath? What's happening? No, it's because you're not speaking the right language to the right people at the right place, right? So that's a little part of the mindset I was telling you about because of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And then now we want to go to step 4. So again, get your workbook. Type #workbook if you still need a workbook. And this part is about outlining your formula. Okay. Again, we are using the SOAR formula. And each one of these is a block, right? And some of you know that I'm an author. I'm a 3-time #1 best-selling author. And this is the book SOAR. And if you want a copy of it, you can get it on Amazon. But when you book a call, I'll give you a copy of this. And I will also give you a copy of my other book, Power of a Wish, because this helps you with business. And the other one helps you with your mindset and attracting and manifesting the things you want. Okay. We'll give you both of those just for booking on the call, just for sitting with us and getting your strategy plan, because you need your strategy plan before the new year. You don't want to start creating it later. Okay. So what is the plan? What do we have to do here? So 3 key factors for marketing. So sales and marketing, I think, kind of go together. And the point of marketing is to make your sales superfluous, meaning if you have really good marketing, you hardly have to do any sales. All right. So how many of you hate sales? Who hates sales? Like, oh God, not sales. I can do everything else. I just don't want to do sales. And you stall and you stall and you don't do sales. How many of you? I know it's got to be 50%, right? Because you didn't come in here probably from a sales career to do sales. You probably came to do something to teach and educate and help people. And then like, oh, I have to sell. Well, guess what? 80% of every single business is marketing. 80%. So you think, oh, I just want to do this. I want to do this. You have to market. And if you are a bad marketer, you will not succeed. Okay. And then the 20% is the sales. Well, guess what? The sales comes from two things: being a good human and having the right mindset. And hate it. Oh, I love the honesty. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So the three keys for marketing success, there's three tools, right? I mean, three kits. Okay. So you have to have the mindset. You have to have the skill set, meaning you can have everything coming at you, right? The bull is charging at you and you can tame it. So no matter what's going on in the market, you know how to move forward, right? And regardless of what's happening in the market, your mindset is right. And you have the tools, you have the resources so that you can think right and you can know what to do. But if you don't have the right tools, right, you can't screw with the hammer, right? So you have to have the right tools. That's key. And so there's two ways to look at marketing. All right. And the question is, which kind of person are you? There's two types. And I learned this way back when I lived in Denver, Colorado. And my boyfriend was a politician and he loved to live in the country and I love the city. And so my birthday's in October. Every October is the opening of hunting season. All right. And instead of going somewhere nice and fancy, nope, it was hunting. He would mostly leave. And finally I said, okay, I'll go hunting with you so that I don't have to spend my birthday alone. And so what do? We go to Cabela's and we spend thousands of dollars and we drive to Nebraska. You guys know Cabela's? It wasn't much then. Now it's a big store. And we just pile up the truck with all kinds of hunting stuff and gear and clothes and all kinds of stuff, right? And then we have to, of course, have the licenses and the guns. And yes, and I had a deer in my sights with a 30-06 and I couldn't pull the trigger. It was painful, right? But there was a lot to that. And we'd have to get up at 5 a.m. and hunt all day. My feet are freezing at the end because it's October and there's snow. And so this is kind of what hunting is like, right? Where you go out there and you hunt and you hunt and hunt. And hopefully at the end of a week to 10 days, you get one sale, right? And what happens? It's slow. It's a very slow process. The whole hunting thing is a very slow process. And guess what? At the end of the night, it's feast or famine, right? It's usually marshmallows, right? Because we're not eating the deer or the elk, right? So has anyone ever been hunting? You know what that is? It's a whole expedition. It's not like you just run off and go fishing. So same boyfriend takes me fishing, also in the mountains. And we go to the top of the mountain, take the Jeep all the way to the top. And there's this flat spot on the mountain and it's a lake and nobody's there. And it's so smooth and so still. It's beautiful. We're the only ones there. We got our fishing lines and some bait and we step into the lake because it's just awesome and it's perfect. It's like bath water. And you can literally see fish everywhere. And we just have to stand there and like flick our wrist and got one. Flick our wrist. Oh, got one. We had a whole bucket of fish that we came from. And I didn't have to do anything. I just had to stand in the middle of the lake and flick my wrist. And they came to me, right? Because food. I love it. Okay. That's called a message to market match, right? That's the fit. So we know what hunting is. And now you know what a fisherman is. That you go out there, it's easy, it's peaceful. You get the fish fast and you're well fed, right? That night, what do? You eat the fish. What do you do when you go hunting? You wait 6 months for someone to peel off the skin and tan the hide and then cut it into pieces and then, and then put it in the freezer. You don't eat that meat for a long time. Okay. Fishing, you get it right away. What are you doing in your business? Are you being the hunter? Are you going out and hunting and finding and digging, and sometimes you hit and sometimes you don't, but you're starving half the time? Or are you the fisherman and you know the right spot? And you don't have to hunt every animal. You just know I have this bait and this line and I just stand here and they come to me. That's the difference. Okay. You have to, if you want a 7-figure business, you have to build a fishing business. You cannot build a hunting business. Does this make sense to you guys? Now I want to know, are you hunting or fishing? Put it down in the comments. It is the make or break. And you cannot, in 2023, you cannot hunt. Okay. You have to modify your whole plan, your whole structure so that you can be fishing. Does that make sense? Okay. And, there's only 3 types of marketing too. If you're wondering, how do I do this? Right. Yeah, I need to niche down. I could do a whole day on niching. Absolutely. Yep. Switch to fishing. So 3 types of marketing. We call it pop marketing. Don't get confused. Don't think there's so much more in all these other ways. It comes down to 3 things. Pop, it's paid, right? You put out the money, you give up your money, or organic, right? So you're doing a little bit of hunting. You're doing the fishing or the hunting, but you're not using any money. You're using your time and your skills. And attracting people to you. Could be off of your messaging, right? That's why you got to get your message down. And the third one is partners. So you could have people selling for you, referral partners. Our clients refer people to us all the time. And so those are the 3 ways. And you got to decide, what is my plan? My only caution to you is, if you are not making $10,000 to $15,000 a month, don't do the paid ad thing. If you're not making $10,000 to $15,000 a month, that's going to be 1 to 2 clients. If you can't get 1 to 2 clients, because remember, we're talking high ticket. High ticket starts at $5,000. If you can't get 1 to 2 clients, you don't have a model that's working. So why are you putting money into something that is not working? So stop listening to all that false stuff out there. And I want you guys to know, only the week before I hit the 1.4, did I ever pay for an ad. Right. And I spent $1,800. But for 9.5 months, I did all organic and got to 1.4 million. So if people are telling you it doesn't work or you're not going to grow it, it's not true. You just have to know what's the right plan. You need a right strategy. Does this make sense? Okay. So I hear a lot of you saying I have the wrong plan. I'm a hunter. I'm doing this wrong. I don't know how I'm distinguished or disruptive and all of that. Please have a call with me. I only have 4 days left on my calendar that have openings. Okay. So if you go to meetconnie.com, get on my calendar, or just type #call. And my team will follow up with you and get you on the calendar. Okay. So anything I'm talking to you about on these 5 steps, I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind. Okay. Because I'm showing you how to scale. And now you got to know how to actually do it. Right. Okay. I understand what you're saying, but now how do I do it? That is the key. So what is it okay with you guys? Are we going fast enough? I want to let you know we have FAQ at the end. I'm going to answer your questions. And my team is writing down all your questions that you're putting in the comments. And so I will answer those live until they're answered. And so everybody gets your question answered. If you're shy and you just want to ask me personally, no problem. Let's meet. Just go to meetconnie.com or #call, and we'll answer your questions that way. So let's go forward so I can kind of keep us on track. We're a little bit, thanks to tech, we're a little bit long. If you guys can stick with us, that's great. If you have to leave because I promised you 90 minutes, then that's okay. Just type #replay, #replay, and we'll get you the replay. If you didn't register, you have to type #replay, and then we'll follow up with you, get your email, and we'll send that to you. Okay. If you registered, then you're going to get the replay. Okay. And so this is live. I'm not doing this again. This is my last live event of the year. All right. So here's what we want to talk about is the final step, and that is scaling up your plan. Okay. How do you design an actual business plan? How do you do it? What specific steps do you do? What do you have to watch out for? What are the landmines? Right. And so what I'd like to do is explain to you, if I can get your permission to go a few minutes longer, I'd like to explain to you exactly how you want to do this, how this should happen. Okay. So what we're talking about is up-leveling the way you close. Okay. Without selling. Because in order to scale, you do have to sell. We talked about the marketing. That's all great. Everybody falls in the marketing and they stop. That's why they can't go beyond. They're missing that 20%, that Pareto principle, right? And here's what's happening to most of you is that you're getting all kinds of feedback about selling, and, oh, I can't do high ticket, and, oh, I'm not going to take people's money, and it's not worth it, and those are scams. All that feedback you're getting, and then you're getting bad scripts from people. They just don't work. Let's be honest. Come on. They don't work. So you got your own bad programming, you got your bad scripts and training, and you can't close. So what we say is you have to do what we call up-leveled sales. Okay. And it's a system. It's our own system that I developed, and it helps you close naturally. Okay. And this is over more than 20 years, because I used to run sales teams 100,000 and up. Right. When I sold, I was always in the top 1%, either number 1, 2, or 3 in every single company, even when there was, thousands of people. And it's not, and I've done all the stuff, the zigs and the FBI guy and the Wall Street guy. And, you study all of that, but it just never, ever gets you there, does it? Like there's something missing. It's not really personal. It doesn't feel natural. And it doesn't match our industry. So that's why I developed up-level selling. And so it's a way of closing your deals without feeling like you're selling. It's very holistic. It's very natural. There's nothing spammy about it. And it's divided into these 4 steps so that you can actually remember what am I doing? How do I do it? And that's it. Okay. Here's the other thing that we teach you, and it's a mandatory. I say it's mandatory. It's only a 1-call close. The average salesperson, the average coach, in any industry, to close a deal, do you know how long they take? 7 hours. It takes 7 hours from their first conversation, calling back, following up, doing all the stuff. 7 hours. The iconic way is 1. Remember, everything is 1. Okay. So we do 1-call close. We do high ticket, 1-call close. And there's an art to it. Okay. And there's a process and there's a strategy. If you want that, let us know. We'll get it to you. But that's how you do it. Otherwise, you're not going to cross the 6 or 7 figure mark. Okay. If you're taking multiple calls and following up, I think I need to do this, and you forgot to ask for the sale, and, oh yeah, they said they'd get back with me. Oh yeah, they got to talk to this person, you're doing it wrong. And that's why you don't like your business. Okay. Because the money's not coming in. It just takes one big ticket to heal a lot of ailments, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to build your biosphere. Okay. And what's a biosphere? It's all the pieces you need to grow your business. Okay. It's not just, I want to talk about this. It's like a skeleton. Okay. You got the wrist bone and the thigh bone and the head and the chest and the legs. That's what people are teaching you. Oh, you just have to do ads. Oh, you have to make an offer. Oh, you have to do this. And people are teaching you one thing because they're only one-trick ponies. That's all they know. Okay. So we know everything. We've done everything in business. I've run corporations and entrepreneurship, and I know how to build a biosphere, meaning a life, right? A business that has life, that encompasses everything, not just one thing. You don't have a business if all you do is one thing. Okay. Meaning, I just do webinars. That's not a business. Okay. That's a process. And so what we're teaching you is you have to have a business. It doesn't mean you do more. By having a business, you actually do less. Okay. And so this is the biosphere that we have for you. So there's not much time. We've got 10 days, 11 days left in the year. And how we do this is through the Iconic Leadership Academy. This is how it works. Okay. And this is, you have a written plan. We're going to give you a written plan. And it's going to outline everything. It has simple steps that you follow. 4. Okay. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D. That's it. Okay. 4 steps. You're going to grow fast, and it's done for you. All right. We have all these aspects that are done for you, and we build it so that you have recurring income every single month, every single day. Okay. So does that sound good to you? How many people would love something like that? You walk away with a written plan, 4 simple steps. It grows organically. We do the heavy lifting for you, the tech, the design, writing emails, all that kind of stuff. And you have monthly recurring revenue. So when you go to bed at night, you have more money the next day, right? At the end of the month, you're not freaking out because you know you have more money coming in every month. And every month, your income goes up, 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 up. How many people love that concept? That's scaling, okay? So again, this is it. This is what I want to offer you, a way to simplify your life and love your business. We work together. You hop on a call. We strategize a plan. You get a written plan. You follow the 4 steps. Your business grows. We do the heavy lifting, and you get money in the bank, recurring every single month. Give me a thumbs up if that sounds good. How many people love it? Say yes. Give me a yes. So we do this in the Iconic Leadership Academy. I want to save time for questions. I do have a video about it, but we'll see if I can show that or not. If not, I'll put it in the group. We're having a little tech difficulties, but I'll just kind of explain it to you, and then I'll answer some of your questions. So Iconic Leadership Academy is your opportunity to work with me, and you will work with me. I know I'm presenting. How many times have you watched someone present and then they disappear, right? You're a number. You never talk to them again, ever, okay? So here's what we do with the Iconic Leadership Academy. Are you sick and tired of struggling to cross that 6-figure mark, right? You feel like you're on a treadmill and that big prize is right in front of you, but you're on a treadmill. You're never going to catch it, right? And if you're feeling like that, like I've been in business 3 years, 6 years, 8 years, and I still don't make over 6 figures. Our theory is if you've been in business 3 years or more, you should be at 7 figures. Okay, so you get to 6 figures in your first year. If you're starting with us and you're not at the 6-figure mark, our number one goal is to get you to 6 figures. It's a big hurdle, right? Because that's where you make all your mistakes. And that's where you have the most mental pain. And so we get you to 6 figures the first year. And then you can go to 7 figures the next year, or you might decide it's 3 years. Okay. We have clients that last month we had 7 clients renew. Some of them were with us 4 years, 3 years, 2 years. Why? Because our system works. Right? If something doesn't work, you don't renew. So are you like working hard? You just keep doing the work, but why are you not moving? Have you noticed that? I'm doing everything. Then you try to work harder and you're still not moving. You don't realize that there's an anchor attached to your vehicle, right? And you can't get anywhere if your anchor's down. And what you want is you just want to win. I just want to cross that finish line. I just want to say, I did it. I can do it. And have that kind of confidence. Okay. Then that's perfect for you. And as you know, we teach high ticket. We don't work with low ticket. And a lot of people say, well, I don't even know if I can afford a high ticket because my product is one of those ascension things. It's $297 or it's $497 or mine's $1997. It's still not enough. It's not going to take you there. Okay. So what I'm saying is you really need a plan. You need a high ticket plan. You know why most people don't have one is because they can't sell. Okay. And you know what most coaches can't do? They can't sell. And so guess what? Nobody teaches you how to have a high ticket plan because they don't know how to sell. Okay. So you can do nothing, right? 0 times 100 is still 0. You're still going to be at nothing. You can do nothing. You get nothing. You stay at nothing. You can work with us. You can pay in full if you want to. There's 2 kinds of people, right? They like to pay in full. Some people want a plan. Pay in full. Great. All kinds of cool benefits. I'll show you. Or we set up a payment plan for you. Okay. We can set up that payment plan and stretch it out. But listen to this. As long as 9 years. Is it 9? What's 96 months? No, that's 8 years. Okay. So we can stretch out your payment plan as long as 8 years. 8 years. Okay. That's like getting a car. Nobody does that. Nobody. Why? Because I know high ticket is essential and not everybody has that money, right? And if you try one of those silly $9.99s or $39.99 things, in 12 weeks, I know you're not getting a result. I know it. I know it because I spent $500,000 on courses. I was just telling my team last year, I always like to see if I want to switch any of my coaches that I work with. I work with 3 constantly. And last year I spent in December $10,000. And I think I went to 4 sessions because they were so bad. So bad. Okay. And everybody does it. Okay. Did I get probably one or two things out of it? Sure. Did I get $10,000 worth out of it? I don't know. Only if I don't repeat that mistake. Okay. So those little things you're not going to get, $4.99, whatever. It's not going to work. Okay. If you want to build a business, and that's all we teach. We don't teach you how to do one thing like, hey, I will teach you how to write copy. That's not a business. Okay. So I want you to understand who I am for and who I'm not for. Okay. Are there any risks? No. Okay. So we do have a guarantee with the Iconic Leadership Academy, right? So here's how the guarantee works. You come into the program, and if you don't earn your investment, we will keep working with you until you do, or give you your money back, whatever you want. So do our program, make your investment back by following the steps, right? Follow the steps, make the money. And if not, we'll give you more time, work with me until you get there, or you can have your money back. That's all. So is there a risk? No. The only risk is not, I don't know if I'll do it. I failed at so many other programs. The risk is that, well, I don't know. I was going to say, what if you don't show up? That's about the only risk. Okay. If you don't show up, you won't get results. All right. And what do I mean by this? You need accountability. You need a team. Okay. You're going to work with me. We do live coaching. I am not automated. I still can't figure out how to do a bot. So you coach with me live. And we have twice a week coaching that's live. And there's a third day also. So we coach on the marketing aspect, and we coach on the business growth aspect, and we coach on the mind. Okay. And those are the 3 coaching sessions that we do live. Each one is at least 2 hours. You don't have to stay for all of it. Come and grab what you need. And then we have milestones set up for you. So okay, this is my plan. And then this is when I need to reach the next step. And this is when I should reach the next step. And this is when I should reach the next step. Now, I have all this in a presentation format, but because of the time, I want to get to your questions. And I'll be happy to show you to you on a call. And if you can't do the call, I'll be happy to show you a video or something like that. But I don't want to go too long unless you guys are begging me for it. Okay. And because I could talk about this forever. I love this. It's my favorite thing is to take people with an idea and then just make it blow up, right? Because you want to do something good. We're meant for growth. We're meant to move forward. And if you're stuck, if you're in the wrong place, in your wrong position, you have the wrong vehicle to grow it, you're maybe in the wrong vertical or the wrong industry, or you're doing your passion, but your passion isn't going to make you money, right? You don't always have to turn your passion into a business. Okay. Let your passion be a passion. I have a passion for skiing. I have a passion for a lot of things, but I'm not going to turn it into a business. Okay. I don't want to ruin the two. Okay. So the Iconic Leadership Academy is our program. And it's working with me. We also have a mastermind so that I'm in there every single day answering questions. Our whole team is, we have a great team that works with us. If you remember our biosphere, that's our team, right? We've got all of those pieces together and the done for you aspect. What does that mean? The parts that slow people down, the tech, okay? The sites. I need a website. I need this. Well, we've already designed it for you. We have the funnelgallery.com, and every single type of site that you need for any kind of business, whether it's just a lead magnet or it's a business or it's a summit or it's a webinar or it's a live event, whatever you need, those funnels are already designed and proven, and we're going to give them to you for free. Okay. All of them already designed. Okay. We're going to have a VIP day and set you up. On the first day, you're going to fill out a questionnaire and tell us all the things you want in your business. Then we're going to have a win workshop. Okay. And then we have our CEO class. The win workshop is where we design your entire year, your offer, your message, your designs. We plan all of your events, your promotions, your sales dates, what you're going to do. And then we do that from backwards forward, right? Knowing that this is my financial goal, and then we back out that plan into it. Okay. And that's you and me sitting there together one-on-one. Okay. So it's like a half-day workshop. And then we get started. And there's like a little roadmap for all of this. So let's see, where am I? Okay, so the risk, no, there's no risk. The greatest risk you have is like you could miss out on my calendar. Okay. On that call, we're going to give you a 9-point game plan and show you how to double your revenue in 90 days. All right. But I know where you are. I get it. Okay. You feel like you can't go anywhere. You can't move. You've got that ball and chain, right? I got a job. I got this. I got all these things. I can't do it. I'm under massive amounts of debt. But you want to break free and you want to have a good life. But there's that seesaw, right? It's like, I got all these problems, but I want all this good, right? And what do most people do? They won't change. So they stay with the problem. And why? Because you don't know how to master your mind. And that's what my whole master's degree is in, right? So we help you master your mind. So you're going to elevate your mind and you're going to skyrocket your business. We're the only program in the entire world that takes one formula, this SOAR formula, and the exact same formula that transforms your business, transforms your mind. You will not get to a 7-figure business and stay there if you don't work on your mindset. And it is not mindset, okay? But it is your consciousness. We're going to elevate the way you think. We're going to eliminate all the things that hold you back, okay? Now, if you want to know how the SOAR quiz works, or how SOAR works, there's a quiz. You can go to the SOAR quiz or just type SOAR quiz in the comments below, and we'll take you to that SOAR quiz. It takes you 4 minutes. You kind of knew that, right? It takes you 4 minutes to do that quiz, and you will know which of these is your big block, okay? And if you want the book for free, I'll give you the book for free, and I'll give you both of my books, and we'll give those to you on the call. When you book the call, we'll go ahead and give those to you when you come on the call. Okay. So, of course you can buy it. That's great, but I'm not selling books today. Okay. And I forgot to mention, something again, somewhere out there, you're trying to go forward. You're stuck. Your mindset is wrong and you need a strategy. That's the key. Let me tell you who I don't work with. This is important, really important. Okay. If you're unwilling to break some patterns and habits, like, I'm just not going to do that. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. If you're unwilling to move forward and to do these steps, and you think you know better, if you come in with a used up mind, meaning you're so full on, I know this, that you're not open to something, I don't want to work with you. Okay. You have to be open. All right. And, so I know a lot of, people have habits. If you're just looking for a shiny object, a get rich quick, let me just come in and take all your templates and things and steal it and call it my own. Go ahead. It's not going to work because we're not going to work with you anyway. If you're a martyr, right? Like, oh, poor me. Oh, I have this happen. I can't move forward today because I have this. Oh, my goldfish broke his tooth. I can't work. My answer to that is get off the cross. Somebody needs the wood. Okay. I don't like to listen to people who always have an excuse or a reason, or I can't do this. Today is not a good day, or, oh, my head hurts. Buckle up, buttercup, right? Let's go make a 7-figure business. It's hard, but it is simple. And it is a whole lot better never having to worry about money again, to be able to write 6-figure checks to charity, or, to buy a 6-figure car with cash, do all those things is a lot easier, right? But just give it a year. Give it a year. I guarantee you will be transformed. And if you're a procrastinator, oh, I can't do it, I'm not doing it, right? If you're just, if you're stuck on procrastination, I got to tell you, in the back of the journal, look at the back of the journal. We've given you some extra tools, the CEO story bank, because you need to know stories. But one of them is the procrastinator breakthrough system. And it's an awesome system to help you stop procrastinating. And then we also have the $1 Million Mindset in there. And it's an 8-part program. It's a really awesome course. And there's another one I can't even remember. Oh, I know. How to master social media into millions. Which platforms, right? YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. How do you manage those? How do you work those? How do you make millions off of it, right? Remember, we went from 0 to 1.4 million on one platform. And I had 600 friends, no following, no email list, no team, no nothing. And I did it in 9.5 months. Okay. There's nothing special about me. Okay. And I'm not even, English isn't even my native tongue. Right. So if I can do that, you can do it. So I want to go into FAQ, and I'm going to bring on somebody here. So start putting your questions in. They've been taking some questions, and while we do that, I'm going to bring on our community manager at the Iconic Entrepreneur. Some of you are not in our group, so please go to theiconicentrepreneur.com and join our group. It's 100% free. We do free 7-figure strategy training every single week. We've done it for, I think this is our 4th year. And so we really want to welcome you in and learn some great stuff and network with some people and promote your business and do all that fun stuff. Okay. But right now, I want to talk to you about how do you come into this program? How do you work with us? And how do you scale your business? Okay. Because the risk is gone. The money is not an issue, because they'll stretch the payments out to 8 years, for heaven's sakes. The only thing is, are you somebody I don't want to work with, or in an industry I don't want to work with? Okay. I will tell you guys up front, to save your time and my time, that I don't work with businesses that don't scale. Okay. If you have a business that won't scale, I won't work with you. Meaning, you need to own the business. If you're in a network marketing company, you don't own it. And I am a disruptor. We're going to do things different in your business than anybody else does. And your company's not going to like it. Okay. And you're not going to get the benefit of out. And I can't scale it that fast. Okay. And I know this from experience, because I've been in different multi-level marketing companies and did extremely well. And every time I was getting to the top, they shut me down because I did something not illegal, but nobody had ever done that style of marketing or something. And I said, God, every time I'm successful, somebody shuts me down. And that's not what I want. Okay. So network marketing is not an industry I work with. I don't work with crypto. I don't work with CBD or NFT. If you are an agency or something along that line, and you're just doing it all for people, I won't do it. But if you want to get out of that model and you want to scale it, I can help you. Okay. So I just want to be really clear on those kind of things. And I have worked with 32 different industries, so most of them are perfectly fine to work with. And here she is. Thank you for joining me, Angie. And the time, what time of day are the weekly calls? Great question. And can you guys hear me okay? And let's see if you guys can hear Angie.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. And I hope we don't have echo. If we do have echo, please somebody tell us we have echo, because I hate that. So Angie, thank you for taking time out of your evening to be here. I'm super glad. And I can't answer, I can't see all the questions fast enough. So thank you for feeding these and getting them for me. So this one here is, what days and times are the weekly calls? They are all different times. Everything is recorded. And so if you miss one, you can catch up, but they do go long. I've done 4.5-hour calls, because here's what I do is I will be on that call until the questions are answered. Okay. The only thing that might be different is if you are out of the country. We've had people in Singapore and some other countries. And so the times didn't work well, but they did take the replay. And if you aren't able to get on a call, but you do have a hot seat, a burning question, then just put the question in there and we'll answer it live. And then the other thing is that we are in the mastermind group every day, Monday through Friday. So you still get that help there. Now, those people who do decide they want to use the one package offer, meaning you want to pay in full, you will get me extra. Okay. So here's how it works. You have me 5 days a week. Then you have us for the 3 different coachings. And those days, I'll just tell you, are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesday, I don't, because I'm here And then Thursday, we do a book program. So a couple times a year, I teach a program called the Distinguished Author Program. And that class is so awesome because we teach you how to write a book in 13 weeks, right? Every single student in that class, the first time we ran it, we're going to run it again in Q1. And everybody finished their book. So we're doing that class again. And so that is usually going to be on a Thursday, but we'll see how everybody's schedule is. So those are my training days. Okay. So we don't work on Saturdays or Sundays. In fact, we make sure our clients stop working on the weekends as well. It's one of the first things we do is reduce your workload. We teach something called the 5-hour CEO workday, and it's an amazing class. And Angie, you do the 5-hour workday. And
Yes,
you also did not. You also did the 15-hour workday.
Yes, I did. What do you mean 24-hour workday? Yes.
Yeah. What's the difference?
Oh, sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time with your family. You enjoy your life more. You're happier.
Yeah.
Big difference.
A lot, right? And it's not hard, right?
No, it's not. If I prefer the 5-hour CEO workday because I get the same amount done as I did in the 15-hour.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So I see a question here. Thanks for putting that up. Do I have to sell high ticket? I love that. Absolutely not. One of the things that I always say is I'll always give you support and help. Okay. I do 3 things with clients. I'm the coach, I'm the consultant, and I'm the mentor. Okay. And that's very important that you understand the difference. So as a coach, we're going to support you and encourage you. Okay. As a consultant, I'm going to say the strategic things you need to do this, this here, then this, right? We'll give you the outlines, the plans, all that kind of stuff. And as a mentor, I've been there, right? I know what's going to happen. I studied predictable human behavior for 12 years. Okay. And so that's just tapping into my wisdom, my experience. Okay. So you're going to get all of that, but it's your business. Bottom line, I can lay out the best plan. And you're like, I don't like it. I don't want to do that. And if it doesn't match your personality, then we have to redesign it to match you. You don't have to do high ticket, but only if you want to get to $1 million business at some point. If you want to stay under 6 figures, don't do high ticket and go back to the low ticket ascension model. All right. But what we do is we teach you how to do high ticket, and we teach you the right way. It is not just putting a higher sticker on your product. Okay. That is not it. That's why people have imposter syndrome. So when you build a high ticket with us, you don't get imposter syndrome and you don't worry how to sell. It's easier, 10x easier to sell high ticket than it is to sell low ticket. All right. How long does it take to go through the program? Well, you go at your own pace. Okay. So it's very bespoke. It's custom. You work with me for a year. The Iconic Leadership Academy is for a year, right? There's 4 seasons in a year. People go through different cycles. And you're going to have different waves. Angie, you talked about, what do you call it? The funk? What is it?
Oh, yeah. The funk.
Yeah.
The funk.
Yeah. Everyone goes through the funk. It sounds like an old R&B song.
And that would actually go along with this next question. So you might as well just answer both of these at once. So let me go ahead and get that. Okay. Here we go. So this is the funk.
Okay. And who will help me if I get stuck or lose motivation? I didn't finish the last program. Yeah, I signed up for. Okay. Neither did any one of our clients, by the way. Nope. In fact, 50% of our clients all took one big mastermind program that you probably know what I'm talking about without naming it, right? So there's you go at your own pace and you're never behind. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm behind. You're not behind. Okay. You're at the right spot for where you need to be. And that's why we have milestones. Okay. And you work with us for a year because there's a predictable pattern that the brain goes through. And as you come in and you're going to learn all this new stuff, you're going to be so excited and you're going to go take off. And then what's going to happen is your brain patterns are going to set in, and then you're going to freak out because you're disrupting your status quo, and your old self is going to want to hold on to your small ways. And we are going to pull the other way. We're going to pull you forward and up, and you're going to go, no, I want to be small and insignificant and unhappy. And so that's the funk. Okay. You're going to go through it. And so we built in stopgaps for that. We have what we call a PAR program. It's post-action review, and we track everything. Where are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Right? All the 4 aspects that you need to know in business as a person and as a business. And you can't fall off the wagon. We call it turtling. And turtling, you see a turtle and then it gets scared and it pulls its arms and legs in under its shell. Okay. People do that. You've done it. Think about a program where you're going along like, I don't want to go in, I want to show up, or I want, right? So we have a no turtling policy. Anybody can call anybody out for turtling, but we catch it, right? Once that first arm goes in, we're like, right? And you have 2 calls, right? You have accountability calls. So we make sure that you're hitting your milestones. And those of you who pay in full, you also get an extra call with me. So that is not for everybody, okay? That's going to be for the first 4 people. Because I only have so much time. And honestly, I don't do this. The only reason is we have some people shifting into different programs, and I have 4 spots. So 2023, you won't see me offer private work with me. Private work with me, if you want me one-on-one as a private person, it's $60,000, okay? So if that's all you want, great. But I'm giving you that $60,000 program into your program, okay? So we're adding that on top. So who's going to be there? The whole team. Everyone is going to be there. Tom, great to see you. I always see you in our group, and it's nice to actually see your face up here live.
I want to say something. Tom, I have been reaching out to you forever. You never see my messages.
So make Auntie happy. He said,
make me happy.
So how do you grow, attract a lead list without paid ads? Constantly. So can you put in the comments, Tom, what your business is? I kind of remember it, but I kind of don't. So that's our specialty, right? That's marketing. I love me some marketing. It's 80%, right? And so what we do is when we look at your plan and your strategy, we look at the business and what is the best marketing method. But we didn't do any paid ads. And then all of 2021, we didn't do any ads, any paid ads. We continue to grow, and we still have $100,000 a week, $100,000 weeks, and $100,000 months, and no paid ads. Now, I probably have maybe a $4 million business if I did ads, but right now it's just not what I wanted to do. So I hope that answers your question, and let us know what your industry is so that we can talk a little bit more about it. But I'd love to hop on a call because you're always here. I'd love to learn a little bit more about what you do. And if we can't help you, then we'll always give you some resources from that call to help you grow your business or point you in the right direction to who can best help you. So, but definitely leads are a big thing. And I always say most people don't have a lead problem. It's an issue before the leads. And that problem is most often the offer.
I have 2 questions here that I'd like you to read first because they kind of revolve around, in a way, the same thing. So the first question, we're going to go ahead and find it.
So thank you guys for writing out your questions, and just keep writing them in there and we'll pop it up and ask. And then again, if you have to leave or you want to hop on a call, just do #call. Is this a template cookie cutter course where everyone does the same thing?
And then this question will go with it.
And do we work with Connie, or is this self-paced or other coaches? Okay, great questions. And I understand the question and why it's important, because I always think I'm getting the person who influenced me, and then I never see them again, ever. So it's me. Okay, it's me talking to you. It's me doing it because this is my passion. There's 3 things I love to do: write, speak, and coach. And so that's what my whole business revolves around. And I've run so many businesses, I know how to design a plan. Okay, And so you work with me, you work with some of my coaches also. And accountability calls and everything is with our team and me. So you work with all of us, but cookie cutter, no. It's not like, okay, you all are going to follow these 4 steps. They're 4 steps, but they're principles. Okay. It's not a cookie cutter, if that makes sense. So you follow a principle, and not tactics and hacks, principles. Okay. And strategies, but they're designed around your business. That's why I always say it's bespoke, right? It's designed around you. I come from a design background, and we used to design suits, right? You always say, oh, that's a very bespoke suit, meaning it's a custom tailored suit. And that's what you get, a custom tailored business following the 4 principles. And I guarantee you, every time you stray off of those 4 principles, you will fall and you will die. I went skiing in Europe, and is Chamonix, and there's a place where you can go onto Chamonix in France, and you can stand on one leg is in France and one leg is in Italy. It's really cool. You're in 2 countries at once. And when we were up there, then it's really hard skiing, and you have to take a test to make sure that you can go there and that you have good enough skills to do it. And so I went with a group of 20 people, and 3 of us were good enough to go on this trip. And then we go there, and there's this part where it gets really icy when we come down in the middle of the 2 countries. We have lunch, and it's really icy. And they say you have to follow the instructor's tracks, like you have to stay in his ski tracks. Okay. We're like, okay. And you know how a group is, and then in a group, there's always some weirdo who has to get all the attention, right? And no, it's not me. But so there's always that one, right? We don't have that one in our group. We're very much like a family, and a non-dysfunctional family. So we're doing this thing, we're following, because there's all these crevasses. And if you go off the track, you might just trigger something and fall down a crevasse, and you don't see it. And so we're going along in this single file line, and these 2 guys were kind of drunk, and they were getting impatient, and they wanted to be all cool and, jump ahead and be right behind the instructor and like get tips. And so they get out of line and they go around. When you know it, they go out of the pattern that you're supposed to follow, and they fell, both of them, one, next one. It was almost like a comic strip. And they fall down, and they're screaming, and we don't stop. I mean, that's not the rule, right? They radio, and we're like, wow, we're like, but so just follow the 4 steps, right? That's all, okay? And you will get there. You will not fall in a crevasse. And if you do fall and turtle, we're gonna come and get you. We're not just gonna radio, okay?
I probably would have fallen down the crowd, down just from laughing. All right, this is a really important one, because we all talk about this a lot with a lot of people. So here is the question.
Oh gosh, yeah, I just ran out of time. Is the mindset program included? Yeah, some of you here know me for my mindset program, and on Mondays we do Monday Mind Mastery. And we teach live how to elevate your consciousness. And this all comes from a lot of this book, right? My PhD, and I had a near-death experience. So I had twice. So I have a different level of understanding of consciousness, and not mindset consciousness. Okay. So it's transformative to the individual. And so I created a program called 21 Day Mind Mastery Program out of my own need, because I had severe compound PTSD from 10 years of abuse. And for some reason, I couldn't get over it. And I was so frustrated. I got worse and worse and worse. And then I finally said, I know all this stuff. I can create one. And so I created a program to see if it would help me personally. And in 19 days, I got over 10 years of compound PTSD trauma. And if you guys have ever been through trauma or stuck or in a funk or depressed and all these things, you know how hard it is to get out. And even though I hired 6 different coaches, I was on couches for 6 months straight for 8 hours a week. Nothing helped. And then I created this, and it worked. I thought, oh my God, that's amazing. So then I tried it with all my therapeutic clients. They all got amazing 100% results. I thought, wow. And then I gave it to my high level 60,000 plus clients, because they're paying me so much. I made it required and you have to do it. So the 21-day mindset program, oh shoot, I forgot to bring all my stuff. It's really awesome. That is included for right now. Okay, so you are going to get that program. We don't sell it individually. If you're going to ask, don't. It's only for clients. And the reason I don't sell it individually, because you guys know exactly why. You're just going to go do something and you're going to treat it like everything else. And you're going to do a little bit and then you're going to not do it. You need to understand what's happening with the brain and how it's changing and apply it. And you need someone holding you accountable. And you need, remember I talked about intel? You need new intel about it, right? In order for you to stay motivated to keep moving forward. And if you do it on your own, it's not an on your own program. Right. And if you do it on your own, you're going, I'm going to do it 2 days and 4 days, and I'm not going to do the whole 21-day thing. And you're not going to get the results. And you're going to go on the internet and you're going to slam it and say it just doesn't work. And I refuse to have really good programs be slammed because somebody didn't work it. Okay. So therefore, we do it and we support you and we help you and make sure that you do it. We have noticed, we did surveys on our clients. We've been doing this for 4 years. This is our 4th year. And we notice a 100% difference, 100% difference on the people that do it and the ones that don't in their business. In fact, the program is so amazing that there's a 21-day cycle you go through. Okay. And you're detoxing all the crap out of your stuff, right? You can do it 17 times in a year. So your brain is really, really healthy. But when you stop, I know, right? I can just talk to you and I know. And in fact, it's so obvious. I can tell you what day you stopped.
Yep.
Okay. That's how good the program is. And I'm not saying I'm a genius for doing it, right? That was gifted to me. So it's not me. But when you're in the environment, in this environment, because it's the field, like a Higgs boson field, that's what helps, right? And I can see when you stop, and I can see what day you stop, because there's, again, predictable patterns of things that are going to happen to you. And when you stop or when you're sporadic, it shows up clear as day. All right. So yes, that was a really long answer. It is the best program. It's one of my favorite classes to teach. And don't worry, you have all the recordings of everything we've ever taught is fully accessible to you. So if you're like, oh, this is cool, I want to go back and learn more. So what do we have? We only went live 2 years ago. So we've got at least 100. So that's about 200 hours of training on that, just on that alone.
I think I'll stick with the question of what's included in the program. So here's another one.
The Write a Book program. Yes. Only until December 31st of this year are we including that. We, as you guys know, I've written 3 books. I'm on my 4th right now, and all of them are bestsellers. And so that's the goal, is to have you write a book. It's part of your distinction, and you need a book, period. You just do. Your credibility will skyrocket with a book, right? Now, what we do is we take the business plan that we designed for you, okay, because it's your thing, right? And the way it's structured, it becomes the entire book. And so it's not hard. Writing SOAR, this one took me a few years, and it was like birthing triplets. It was so painful. I never thought I wanted to write another book, but I love writing. So we eliminate all that. I know how to do it, how to teach it, how to make it really simple. And now this time what we're doing is we're not only teaching you how to write a book in 13 weeks, we're also getting you all the information and helping you edit it, right? And publish it and sell it. Okay, and turn it into a bestseller. So it's all 3 parts in one. And that program does sell separately for those of you who are interested. And there are only 13 people in the class because it's so monitored, right? We have to help you. I can't help 100 people write a book and give you feedback. So only 13 people. So 13 weeks, 13 people. And it is coming up sometime in February, but right now it is part of your program. So you do get that for free. And currently, I don't know what the price will be in 2023, but currently that's an $8,000 program.
I'd like to say something about that. because you said you're gonna, get them to make it to number one. And if anybody saw, there's post that went out right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, do you have the book?
It's if I can turn my camera off. Connie was an author in a book. It became number one in less than an hour. So she can do it. You can, and she'll teach you how. But SOAR, the one that she said took forever. If you want that book, please write down SOAR, because that book, and I would like to gift it to people. So that book changed my life, and it saved my life. So that book brought me here. So I just want to say, so I'm going to move on to the next two questions.
Okay.
Because I want to put them together. And so we're going to start with this one. And so don't answer until you get the second question, please.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see here. I see the testimonials in the group and in the workbook. Oh yeah, they are in the workbook. There's some in the workbook too. So in the back, there's some people, so you can hear from people. And you can click on the little movie button, watch the video of them. But who doesn't succeed? Why would someone fail? Ooh, good question. Oh, there's two. Okay,
there's two. So I'm gonna click on Chris's. Just saying. Next question that goes with that.
Why will this work when others didn't work for me? Okay, great. So I'm trying to remember the two together. Why will this work? Let me start with this one, since it's top of mind recency. I don't know that well. Bottom line, right? I don't know you. I don't know your style. I do something that I can, I test where people are and levels of consciousness. It takes me about 15 seconds. So I don't know you. I'd have to be on a call with you to tell you if it would or would not, okay, work for you. And but I will tell you why it does work. And you guys all already saw who I don't work with, and no whiners, complainers, and that kind of stuff. But I know not everybody's real positive right now because you don't know what you're doing, or you're not hitting your mark or whatever. But that's just a temporary situation. Okay. Underneath, your personality is amazing. Okay. And you can accomplish anything. If you read SOAR, you can hear about the miracle field, and that's where we take you. But the reason it works better than other programs is this. There is nothing in the world that combines the two, right? Everything else creates duality, all right? And our number one core, the S in the SOAR formula, is singularity, okay? That's the healing aspect. The problem is separation. And every other program separates business from you, from the person, right? So your mind is... So you got your mind, and nobody in business addresses your mind, right? And the person, and the all aspects of your, your spirit and your consciousness and your non-conscious, all of that. Nobody addresses that. They just say, think positive, do affirmations, write out your goals, and tell everybody. Just please don't do that. Don't tell everyone your goals. It's really bad. So nobody works with the mind and the business. Okay. So they work with one or the other. And then you got to go off and get a mindset coach who doesn't know what you're doing. And then usually the two are like sales and marketing, right? They just don't work together. And so this is the only program where you're not doing two different things to try and accomplish one goal. You're doing one thing for one goal, right? The same SOAR formula that works on your mind and your life is the same SOAR formula that works in your business. The steps are the exact same, right? And so nobody knows how to do that. And that's just my background. There's not a lot of people who've had a couple NDEs or who have PhDs in advanced theoretical physics, as well as, design and 12 years studying predictable human behavior, who work in a corporate environment as well as an entrepreneurial environment. So you take all of that. And so I'm very yin and yang, right? And bring the left and the right together. So it's one thing. We treat one thing. We scale one thing, a human, right? And that human wants an amazing business, but your business will never be greater than you are. And so we have to do both. So that's why I know it'll work if you do the 4 steps. Okay. You don't want to do them. It's going to go really slow and painful because you're going to go against your nature. This is your nature. Okay. And so what we're doing is we're unlinking your past from your potential so that you can live an unlimited life on earth as I did in heaven. Okay. So that's the whole part of it. And then what was the other part of the other question? I don't know if I answered that within it.
Uh, oh, here it is. Okay.
Who doesn't succeed? The whiners, the complainers,
I think
the
we don't follow the 4 steps.
yeah. If you don't follow 4 steps, if you're a quote know-it-all, meaning I know that, I know, great. You don't need me then, right? I'm not. I don't have an ego in it. I'm not. My thing is that I'm not responsible for you. Okay. I'm not responsible for or to anyone, and neither are you. And so I'm not responsible to make you get results. I am responsible to me to give you the best thing in the world. And I research 4 hours a day, every day. How do I make my program better and better? I'm responsible to give it to you, right? You know, it's the whole horse and water thing. I'll give you the best thing in the world that nobody can touch. But if you don't touch it, I can't do anything about it.
All right. So let me go to the next. I'm kind of
You
saving.
guys have a lot of questions. This is fun. I love it.
A lot of questions, but there's one I'd really like to put up, but I'll wait till the end.
Okay. Okay. The suspense is killing me.
Yes.
How many hours a day do I need to put in to be successful? Great question. It's going to depend on if you're working full-time or part-time, right? And how you want this to grow. So, but what I say is you should, like, if you're going to do anything and you want a business, you've got to have 15 hours a week to put into it. Okay. So whether it's 3 hours a day, or maybe you do 6 days and it's, 2.5 or something like that, but you need to put in about 15 hours into your business. Now, I'm not saying this is on top of what you're doing, right? Like that's just your minimum. Okay. But we like to do the 5-hour CEO workday if you're full-time, but not everybody is. Okay. So if you're part-time, you might only have an hour. And so then we structure your week around it. I know some people can barely do any time during the week. Some of our clients, but then they do more time on the weekend, right? I think you know who some of those are, Angie. So, and they've been with us 3 years, right? So, any other questions?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So again, if you still have questions, just put them in the comments. Just write #call. Love to hop on a call with you. I do have 4 days left in this year. And if you are serious about the Academy, you're still going to get the 21-day mind mastery. You're going to get the book program included. Those 2 things alone are over $12,000. And the whole value of the Academy and everything is $89,000. No, that's not what you pay, but that is the value. And 5% off if you are paying in full. Let me think if there's anything else. Oh, here you go. Oh, do you help with hiring people? Absolutely. Yeah, there's some different aspects. So I don't know if I showed you kind of the roadmap. That might have been on the part that was on the video that didn't work. But here, let me show you this. There's different, I don't know, Angie, if you could move that for a sec. We talked about the 3 stages, right? Distinguish, disrupt, dominate, and of course, duplicate and do it again and again and again. And so what you have here is, let me see if I can change that at all. I'm not sure if that'll work. But what you have here is the order, right? And so in the dominate stage, that's when we deal with people, because you want to build a team. You can't have a 7-figure business without one. And that's the first part of the dominate, where we help you with your STAR staffing so that you can get the right team to help you. And one of the things, the other bonus I have that you guys can't see is that we have a bonus that's called Steal My Wives program. Okay. And the Steal My Wives program is so cool. Our whole goal is to get you the right offer, a high ticket offer that you will launch and sell out. Right. And we want to double your revenue in the first 90 days. You should get 10 clients in that time. Okay. So if you got 10 clients at $5,000 a piece, that's pretty good. Right. So you guys can do the math. But to get that out there and get started, you probably don't have a team. It's probably you, yourself, and your dog, like I started. And so you need people to help you. So we are giving you, this is a give, okay? We're giving you our iconic team, and they're going to work your first launch. They're going to staff it. They're going to do whatever it takes to get people there and show up and do all that stuff, right? Just like I have a team backing everything I do, I'm giving you my team, and they're going to help you on your first launch, first event, first whatever, okay? So that you can sell it out and hit your goal, right? I don't want to give any money back. I don't want anyone to cash in on a guarantee. I want you to make your money back, right? And I want you to do it in Q1. And so, we have a guarantee. If you don't make your investment back, we will either give you your money back or keep working with you until you do. All you have to do is follow those steps. We guarantee it. Okay. But that's why I'm saying, if you can take our whole team and they'll work for you, it doesn't cost you a penny. It's amazing. Right. And then you make all this money, and then you can work on building your own team. But to get started, if you don't know how to hire people and how to train and how to onboard and how to fire, it's really hard. So that's why we want to teach you. And then when you have people doing it, you can see by example exactly how it works.
All right. Next question.
What if I don't have a program or clients or a business yet? That's a great question, because obviously there are certain people I do not work with. If you're 22 and you just got out of school, you're not my client. And if you haven't had a business, but you've been in business, meaning you might have worked a corporate job for a long time, and so many people are getting laid off, or they're, the great retirement or whatever, and they're leaving their companies to start a business. That's a whole different thing, because you have business experience. You just weren't the number one, right? And so that's fine. And if you don't have a program, that's what we do, is we take your program and either ramp it up or build it out. And some people come in, I'm like, I'm sorry, that's crap. We're going to start from scratch. But what we do like is if you haven't worked in a company and you've always been an entrepreneur, we do want you to have a couple clients that you've had in the past, because otherwise you don't understand a lot of the different nuances and aspects of business, and your resistance level is going to be really high. I've made exceptions when people were so driven and they're like, yeah, but I just got started, or there's a reason, but their mindset is such that they'll do it. But the people who don't have clients, who don't have a business, but they have a lot of excuses around it, I don't want to have anything to do with.
Okay. Next question. I'm saving the best for last. So.
Okay. I don't know when the last is. I'm just like, is this it? Is this it? Okay. With Christmas coming, can I wait till next year? Wait till next year. Oh, like wait till next year to start. Absolutely. Yeah. You can wait for 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, however you want.
We can call now.
Yeah. There's two ways to run a business: fast and slow. Our thing is fast. I ran a racing company. Everything we did was fast, right? I wore every hat but the helmet. So I'm like your crew chief, and I'm going to, give you the directions. So you can wait until next year or the year after, or 5 years or whatever. I don't know if I'm still working in 5 years, but so how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you delay now, you probably delay on everything in your business. And no, don't beg me and ask me for the book program or the 21-day mind mastery program after the fact, because it's not there. So you can do and start whenever you want. But the first thing is we have to hop on a call, right? Because nobody has ever been able to just give me their black card and sign up and not talk to me. All right. Because we're very selective on who comes in, and we have an amazing community, an amazing rapport, and people work so well together. And I'm not going to let a cancer in the organization. So it's not just the money. The first thing is you have to have a call, and on that call, I'll answer all your questions just like I'm doing now. We'll give you a strategic plan, and if you like it, great. You have two choices. You can do it with us or without us, and that's it. All right. If you decide to do it with us, then we start right away. But if you decide, yeah, I want to do this, but I've got a trip coming up and I want to start January 20th, cool. Okay. Because again, you go at your pace.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next question. This is an important question because we deal with this a lot.
I'm not very techy. Is a lot of tech. I'm overwhelmed already. Well, okay. Yeah. Yes, we all love to admit our shortcomings, but no, there's not a lot of tech to it. Very little, in fact. And that's one of the things that we like to stay away from. I love and hate tech. So that's why we build systems, so you don't have to rely on all these different tech things. There are two pieces of outside software, so to speak, technology or whatever, that we recommend. It is not required at all, but they do save you about 20 hours a week in your business. And so those two that we recommend, one is $99, one is $25. And that's it. So everything else, we have a whole list of resources and stuff that are free. But no, it's not very techy, right? You're not doing tech. My goal is not to have you do tech. My goal is to have you to close clients and teach clients. That's it, right? It's not about the tech. I'm not having you build a whole bunch of funnels. We build them for you, right? So it's done for you. We do the heavy lifting.
I have a question here on my messenger that and I'm thinking it goes to this. So it says, I'm not sure. Did you say one call close on this at all?
I talked about the one call close.
Okay, so then this goes with this. So it says the one call close ... no triage call, i.e. 15-minute call first ? So I'm just reading it. So.
Okay. Awesome question. So there's three. Well, I think technically there's like three different ways you can do calls. Okay. So most of my sales career is just a one call close, very, very high ticket. So I do one call closes on something. In the last actual, consulting thing I had was $140,000 in one call. And from the stage, I've sold $436,000 in 45 minutes. So that I consider that one call. It depends on where you are. Some people cannot do a solid one call. And then a lot of people do like to have a setup call in advance. And I recommend that, especially as you're getting started, and especially if you are solo. But it does depend on the industry. And we have three models: a 3, a 2, and a 1. Right. But when I say one call close, what I mean is if you want to do a 10-minute or 15-minute call and, get your feelers out there and figure out if this is the right person. But on that next call, it's one call. And a lot of people end up having be-backs and follow-ups and all that on that closing call, right? Because that's what it is. It's a closing call. And it's just one, right? Otherwise, that's why people have the 7 hours, and we do it in one call. So imagine if you could cut your workload down significantly by, closing in 1.5 hours, altogether versus 7 hours.
That's funny that we talk about this. When I first came to Connie, because I am a client also, but when I first came, I wanted her to close me, and she's like, "No, I'm not working with you." So
it's true.
It's very true.
So, yeah. If you guys haven't, I wrote a book. And the book, Everyday Heroes 3. And I think it's everydayheroesbook.com. And you can get that. And in there, it's a anthology. So my section I wrote, it's called Noah and Her Ark. And it's actually a story about Angie, because she came to me, and I consider her a great hero. She came to me and she was such a mess that I refused to work with her multiple times, and she refused to give up. And I was like, Angie, you're too far gone. I can't help you. Like, that's beyond my skill level. And you're like, no, I read this book and it changed my mind. It changed my head. And now I need this. I need you to do to me what you did in the book. And so obviously she sold me on bringing her in. And this is your 4th year, right?
Yes, this is my 4th year.
Yeah. So
all right,
I'm
gonna go to the last question. So
all right, this is the one I've been waiting for, right?
You ready? Drum roll, please.
Okay. How much is it? Oh, I thought that would be the first question.
That's for last.
Oh, great question. So it's absolutely a lot less than I want to charge, and a lot more than you want to spend. So all you have to do is hop on a call. If you're the right fit, we'll talk numbers.
Yeah, hey, go read What Happened to Me. I did it.
Yeah, get the book.
I begged for it.
Yeah, get the book, and don't worry. It is a high ticket program, obviously, because that's what we teach. But we do have amazing financing. And by the way, you're going to learn high ticket programs, right? Yeah. For most people, it's just a couple clients, and it covers the whole thing. Like, you're very welcome. So I know, I don't know if she's on here, and Doris is just renewed with us. She's one of the alums, and she's going to, I think this week, between now and actually as of today and the end of the year, she will pay her entire investment within like 7 days. So, oh, hey, Faye, good to see you. True. One of the mindset programs you have allowed me to create a multiple 5-figure business. I love that. So happy for you. I love that this is an all-inclusive program. Yeah, it is all-inclusive. Everything is in there. There's no outside program that you need. Everything is included. So it's what's called ease in plastic. You can look up the word. It's an old word from the 1800s. And ease in plastic means all the disparate parts put together into one unified whole. You don't need an outside program. You could have as many other coaches as you want to. I have 3 different ones, okay, for different specialties. But none of them offers me what I do, right? Nobody has an all-in-one. So yes, definitely get the book. Oh, you got the book. Awesome. And you should be writing a book, Faye. So hopefully you're coming in our writing class. Yeah, great last question, Angie. And thank you. Is there anything else? Anybody else have a last minute question? I know I went over, but we always want to make sure we answer everything for you guys. If you do want help with anything, then go ahead and you can either go to the iconicleadershipacademy.com, or make it easy on yourself. Just type #call or meetconning.com, MEETKONI. Will it work for my industry? Don't know what your industry is, but works all kinds of industries, service industries, like if you're in the coaching space. I do live in the US. I live in Del Mar, California. And let's see, any industry you might be in the mindset space, fitness space, you might be in the money space, you might be in the info space. Just the only thing I don't do is network marketing, but I also don't know if the network marketing business is really what you want to be doing, or it's just what you're doing, right? So if you have that business, but you really want to have your own business, then yeah, then we should talk. And I have nothing against those. I just can't scale them because you don't own them. So many coaches onboard you, and then you're just a number. Not with Connie. Oh, thank you, Faye. We are big on making sure you're human. If you want a coach who's invested in you, you need Connie. Awesome. Any other questions? You're very welcome. I'm happy to answer your questions. I would love to hop on a call with you and see how we can help you out. And happy to, is there anything else that anybody wants to know? Again, if I don't get on a call with you, other than crying, I do want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. If you need the replay, please make sure you type replay. And let's see what else. Any other questions?
I think that's it.
Okay.
I'm looking.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm a little hoarse right now. I think I talked too much. I'm just going to see if there's any other comments in here that I need to address. But again, the Iconic Leadership Academy is going to be open at this price through the rest of the year. We always have an annual increase in our program. So January 1, it will increase. So you have to have your appointment in the books before December 31st in order to lock in this pricing. And there are 4 days that I'm still working. So just type in call and we will book a time for you. So.
Oh, here's one. Sorry, I missed one. I knew I was going to. Here we go.
What other expenses will I incur after I start? Great question. It's there really isn't anything. I said there's 2 programs that we recommend that could help you out. And that's about $125. And that's it. So, I'm very conscious about you not spending money, especially as you begin, right? As you scale up, you make more money, then you can invest in other things, but no, it's not necessary. Just like we don't say you have to do ads to get started to be successful.
Did we do this question? No, I'm like, did we do this one? I think
yeah.
we did this.
Okay. Yeah, that was actually the first one.
Okay.
Are you
I like you.
Is it, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Is it Nadia? Are you in the US or are you somewhere else? Or let us know your time zone. So yeah, we do. I do have international clients. So that will help. Okay, great. What I'll do is, Angie, do you want to reach out to her then?
And I will absolutely reach out to you.
Yeah,
I need you to message me back and I can give you the workbook.
Perfect. And if you guys still need the workbook, just go to
she's my new best friend.
Oh, you're in Washington State. Oh my gosh, you and Angie are both in Washington State. That's awesome. God bless you.
Extra help from me.
Brain. Wonderful. Well, yeah, I look forward to talking to you and finding more about your business. And even if you think, wow, maybe I don't think she can help me, at least hop on a call. We'll at least hop on a call for 10, 15 minutes. Because if I can't help you, obviously I don't want to work with you because it's not fair to either one of us. But if I cannot help you, I know so many people, and the good people and the bad people in the industry, I'll at least point you in the right direction. Or you might be considering working with someone else. And like you're looking at a couple different opportunities. Maybe you're like me and you always get your coach lined up in December. And you might want to ask me if I know of any of these other programs or if I've been through them. Remember, I spent $500,000 already on outside programs. So I take a lot of them. I know a lot of them. I look at a lot of them, mostly for my clients. And most of them are really crappy, but it just depends on what you want. And there's some good ones that I highly recommend. And there are people, like if somebody wants a certain topic that I don't do, then I would definitely tell you, go to this person for that. So So whatever you want to do, grow your business, you want to build up your visibility and credibility by speaking, having a book, creating a new program. Maybe you need to expand your team. There's so many different aspects of business, but we cover business, right? We just don't do a piece of it. We do the entire business, and you have a vault, and that vault is 24/7. It's accessible everywhere in the world. So you can go in there, get anything that you need. And our team is always in and available. So you have immediate access, Monday through Friday. Every once in a while, I'll look at something on the weekend and answer, but usually we want you to not work on the weekend. So, okay, I think we're done. It's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
So if you are coming in, type Academy down below. I want to know who's coming in. Who are my calls? We've got a few days left this week. And by the way, the first week of January, we have our next live mind mastery call. So you can get in on that right away. And then when you come in, we have a wonderful little welcome package that we send you with some swag and all your books. You'll get all the hardbound copies of the books that I've written, and a couple other things, and your Mind Mastery journals. And there's meditations that go with the Mind Mastery journals that are custom designed by us to match the brain waves. And there's so much you get. I can't believe my little video didn't show, but it's probably okay. I'll put it up in the group. And or if you want it, just type #video, and I'll show you the collection of all the things you get. It's also on Iconic Leadership Academy. Is it leadership or leader? Iconic Leaders Academy or Iconic Leadership Academy? Now I can't remember. So yeah, type #Academy. Perfect.
90 minutes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go. You guys are awesome for being here. I'm super excited to work with all of you. And I will, you can go and look at all of our people, anybody in the Academy. You see them all the time, and they will be happy to talk to you and give you honest feedback on how it is for them, and, ask them why they renewed. So okay. Well, you guys, I think we all need to go take a break. I know my throat needs one. And I will be here all week and happy to answer any more questions. Thank you all for being here. Bye-bye.